Hey everyone, Jody from Bird Dog Off-Road Adventures here. Today we're going to go over part one of our two-part series where the new WolfBox G900 TriPro with bumper camera. First video we're going to show you guys some of the install and how we got it on and how we mounted our front bumper piece. And in the second video we're going to show you guys how to use this thing. So it's pretty user intuitive, so I think you'll figure it out pretty easily, but we'll show you one-on-one. So stay tuned, we got lots to come. Okay, we got everything unboxed. Looks like we have everything here we need. Got the new mirror itself. Now, some of the connections are different. We'll go over that here in just a minute. We will remove these little spots here just like we did the other one. And we got that bracket that replaces the factory mirror. So we'll be putting it on this one too. Here you got your rear camera. Big difference here is that it uses USB-C to plug in for that. You can see right here, which is rear. The bumper camera actually uses a similar connection. Here's the bumper camera. And it comes with a similar connection as what the old rear one had with this. I don't know what you call this, but it looks kind of like a stereo jack. You can see it has a disconnect, so that way if you have to take your bumper off or you do some work on your car or modify it like we do, you can just disconnect it here and not have to worry about having to unassemble the whole thing. Comes with all these manuals here. Also comes with a bunch of mounting options that we got. So you have these little 3M adhesive things here. Couple bracket things here. These things we got with the other kit too. They're just little snap-ons to hold your clips. This is one that extends out longer. I also had this in the other kit. Here's the license plate thing. I don't think we'll use it, but it's there. Now, if you don't want to use the hardwire kit, you can always just use this. I might save this and use this for like other stuff since it's USB-C. We won't be using that most likely. Here's another GPS. I don't think the GPS on this is different than the one I have. I'll check back with them to make sure, but if it's the same, I'll just keep the one that's already installed and use it and just kind of keep this in for a spare. Or if I let go of the old camera, I will. But here's the wiring kit. There again, USB-C plugs in up here where the power is. So, and you have that, and then you have a little lint-free towel. And these straps here, if you were going to keep these on and use these over the factory mirror, you'd use those. But since we're not going to do that, we're not going to use them. All right, so we'll show you everything that came in the box. We're going to take this thing out here in just a moment and get it installed. Something interesting to note, look at this. This is the old rear camera, and this is the new one. Notice the difference in size. Now, I think they are different as far as quality. So I'm not quite sure exactly how, but I just remember seeing that in some of the literature. My hope is that the new one will have better stabilization. I know it's got better resolution and better night vision. But we'll see. We're going to put it back on the top of our hammer-built third brake light kit right there in the middle, just like we had the other one. We'll go from there. I know some people mount these on the bumper. I don't like mounting them that low for the simple fact is if you're in high water, it's going to submerge it. And I try not to submerge it unless I absolutely have to. I don't want to do that. So that's just my preference. I know a lot of shops install them down on the rear bumper. So we're going to put ours right here. I took this piece off. I also took this handle off. 4 bolts, take that off. So you can run this wire down through here. And you have to come out down here. You have to pull this thing down, which all you can see, all these little snaps here, it just pulls out. And then for us, what we did, we basically just used the fuses. This one here, the red wire is for ignition only, and the yellow wire here is for always on. So you want to make sure you hook those up to the right ports. We'll show you here which ones we do. On this one, it's 3 fuses up, and on this one, it's on the left-hand side. On this one up here, it's 2 fuses down on the right-hand side. So that was pretty simple and easy. Now we did zip tie these wires up so they won't be laying around being all lanky and loose. So we're going to put this up, and then we're going to start running that rear camera tire. All right, so one of the things you'll need to do is you'll take a T30 Torx bit. You know, you notice we already took ours out. You got screws up here. You'll take this piece off, and you'll just kind of ease this thing out. There we go. We'll just kind of toss that in the floor down there. That way you can get in here behind this piece, because this piece you'll want to also pull out, as well as this piece. We're going to get this piece out here too, and this will allow us hopefully to snake this wire up over where the factory or where the previous camera angle was. We'll get that all knocked out. As you guys can see, we were on our way. We took the old wire out. Anyway, we got some stuff out. If you look at their video, the WolfBox video, which we'll show, they do this on a Bronco. So we'll put a link to that as well. We popped a lot of stuff loose here to prepare. Said more quarter panels laying other places. Made quite a mess. You see we popped all this out. Popped this out. But we got 33 foot of cable for this camera, which is way more than enough. All right, so we got both of these wires. We're going to pull back a little bit here. We're going to get these things snaked in here really good. Well, because our situation is a little bit different than most of you all's, we have that wooden do-it-yourself platform floor right there. If we didn't have that, you could simply pop up that rear trim piece on the bottom there where my hands are at right now, and just pop that up and out of the way and make this a little bit easier on you. But we made it work with what we had, so we just kind of snaked that in between that quarter panel and that wooden floor piece. But it'd be easier if you didn't have that, you know, so we had to make things harder because our situation's a little bit different. I don't know if you can see this, but there's a little screw right here. We covered this in the G900. You just gotta kind of unscrew that to get this old mirror off. All right, as you can see here, we got the mirror off. Now we're gonna go back in here and we're gonna set this thing on the bench, and we're gonna take this piece right here off and put it on the new mirror / camera. That way it looks just like a factory. All right, so we're using a little pick thing here. Get up under these little mats, pull them off. And then, you know, if you can't see them really, but there's a little bit tiny screws in here that hold these in. So we have to use these little teeny tinies, or something my dad had and left me when he passed away. So I grabbed those, and glad I did. Okay. All right, you can see, voila. This is the piece I definitely highly recommend you get this. Oh, well, these things come off too, apparently. I did not realize that. As with the previous version, if you want to be able to use your sun visors fully, you'll need to buy this bracket. You can get it from WolfBox directly or any of their dealers, but I highly recommend you get this. It makes it look more stock, and it gives you full functionality of your sun visors. All right, looks like we're good to go on that one. All right, so we got this back on. I couldn't have everything anywhere to put the camera. But basically, you just slide this thing over. Like I said before, you don't want to torque that screw down too hard because you don't want to risk breaking your windshield. Just a little tiny snug, just keep it on there, and you're good to go. And then we got this thing. Now we just got to plug everything up. All right, so we put some ambient light out here just to give you guys an idea of what we're going to do. So we tested it out earlier. We did exactly like the install video said that WolfBox has as far as the wiring. You got the cord all the way up here. Sorry for that disaster up there, but here's the cord and here's the camera. We put it in here where the factory camera would go, and we tried it out there, went and looked out in the mirror, and we think that's by far the best place. Obviously, if I had just a stock bumper, I would put it down the bumper like they do, and like most of you guys will probably do. But since I have this JCR bumper, this big ass winch, there's really not an ideal spot on here. I mean, I guess I could put it to the side, but I want to have it in the middle. So I'm going to put it right there because I've got the forward-facing camera from Ford for off-roading purposes. I'm gonna be honest with you. Most of the time I'm gonna use this for is for content. That's my plan. So anyway, we're gonna get that put in. We're gonna take this grill off, see how we can mount that in there most effectively, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys. One of the benefits of not being married is you don't have to worry about when you put a dirty ass grill on your kitchen island here. Infamy, boys, infamy. Anyway, so we did figure out how we're going to do this. So I got this positioned in the hole of the back of the Raptor grill, exactly where, uh, exactly where the front-facing camera would go if you didn't relocate like I did. So since I relocated my front camera on the bumper near the winch, I'm going to put this one right here. So I took my little drill. And used a 3/32 drill bit to drill multiple holes here. Took out a silver Sharpie to mark it. This is going to be back where nobody can see it. I got the bracket that lets you extend it even farther out. Positioned it where I wanted it. Tightened those 4 bolts down so it won't move. And that's pretty much it, guys. This thing's going to be freaking awesome. I can't wait to get it on a trail and try it out. This is going to be so good. So anyway, I hope you guys, if you guys have a grill, say you didn't come with the aftermarket camera, but yet you got a different grill like the Raptor or one of the other ones that has this hole in it, and you wanted to do this kit, it's easy way to do it. Now this bracket's not the one that was attached to the camera initially. You can just change these little black screws right here and put this one in. This is a 2-piece, whereas the one that comes with it just has this piece right here. So it gives you more latitude and flexibility. So man, I love it. This is going to be awesome. So let's pull this thing up a little bit. See? How sweet is that? Man, that is going to rock. All right, folks, here we go. Check it out. All right, so as you can see here, stock camera, Raptor grill, with the WolfBox camera in it. You can see here, that looks pretty good. So I don't think there's going to be any issue whatsoever. So I couldn't put it down here on the bumper like a normal person would if you had a factory bumper. But up here, since we already got this bumper down here, got this one up here for this. And for the wiring, we just went ahead and wired it alongside the wires that we have for our Raptor lights. You can disconnect it real quick right here. And over here for the Raptor lights. So you just disconnect those if you need to take the grill off. So a Ford or a shop doing some work for me, you just take the grill off, they can do that. And just ran the wire, like they said, back up through there on the driver's side. We just bundled it up and stuck it back here. You can't see it because it's back here behind this next to where the speaker's at. Just want to kind of have you all see this. Yeah. Man, this thing is awesome. I'm so glad WolfBox gave me the opportunity to do this for you guys. All right, guys, as you can see here, the bumper camera looks pretty sharp. You know, it's pretty, you got a lot of flexibility. You could possibly mount this on the roof if you had a place up there you want to stick it to. If you didn't have the Lux package and you want to put it down where the ACC adapter is, you could. Now, keep in mind, you'd risk hitting it with something if you got something that went into the bumper. But there's a ton of different options on this thing. So you can get really creative like we did and do it what best suits you and how you're used. If your Bronco didn't come with a factory camera in the front, or your other vehicle, if you have another vehicle you want to put this on, doesn't have that front camera, you could substitute this as that. So, I mean, it's pretty good ingenuity on WolfBox's part. I'm so glad to be working and partnering with them on this. They were generous. They sent this out to us to test as we did their G900, and I can say there's no regrets. You know, I'm not obligated to say anything in particular, but you know, I will say that I would highly recommend this. So stay tuned for part 2. We're going to go through do like a little tutorial on the menu and show you how to turn off and on and adjust features you like, and that should be coming pretty soon. So hang tight.